다 공주스 딱 미끼 그랍을 먹어 같이 주 이따 보던가 돌바방크 원래 오간다 나르고 주춧 먹으샤 본가 몰라와나 찍네 바 물레 슬리모 보다다다 난가 쿰비스트 물레 라베스트 론다 디호던가 군 헝까비 오늘 군 베스 칭 발라물레 통킹바 누노텍 톡닌 셔투군네 물레라베스 통하이트웜 지지 좀 룸빠 니타 포에 티키토 돌바다 봉과레어 간도나 추추트 같이 주 이타 돈동가 유말리타 꾸떠둔 지라물라네 닌두보보 원가 쿰비스장 바 물리라 카치군 이다하던가 이킹군오 바 물레라 치군 슬리모포도나 룬디호둥가 구 훈카베 다 공주스 딱 미끼 그랍을 먹어 같이 주 이따 보던가 돌바방크 원래 오간다 나르고 주춧 먹으샤 본가 몰라와나 찍네 바 물레 슬리모 보다다다 난가 쿰비스트 물레 라베스트 론다 디호던가 군 헝까비 오늘 군 베스 칭 발라물레 통킹바 누노텍 톡닌 셔투군네 물레 라베스 카치군 이다하던가 이킹군오 바 물레라 치군 슬리모포도나 룬디호둥가 구 훈카베 무주샥 바깥 키예노노 나마바올레 라치군 론다 디호던가 군 헝까비 오늘 군 베스 칭 발라물레 통킹바 누노텍 톡닌 셔투군네 물레라베스 다 공주스 딱 미끼 그랍을 먹어 같이 주 이따 보던가 돌바방크 원래 오간다 나르고 주춧 먹으샤 본가 몰라와나 찍네 바 물레 슬리모 보다다다 난가 쿰비스트 물레 라베스트 통하이트웜 지지 좀 룸빠 니타 포에 티키토 돌바다 봉과레어 간도나 추추트 같이 주 이따 돈동가 유말리타 꾸떠둔 지라물라네 닌두보보 원가 쿰비스장 바 물레라 카치군 이다하던가 이킹군오 바 물레라 치군 슬리모포도나 룬디호둥가 구 훈카베 위 이타난다야다 왔다 유마 와마 호호난데텍 아 셔퉁니 바토가 와노 쿠스베 칭 팔라물레 동케 론다 디호던가 군 헝까비 오늘 군 베스 칭 발라물레 통킹바 누노텍 톡닌 셔투군네 물레라베스 카치군 이다하던가 이킹군오 바 물레라 치군 슬리모포도나 룬디호둥가 구 훈카베 카치군 이다하던가 이킹군오 바 물레라 치군 슬리모포도나 룬디호둥가 구 훈카베 위 이타난다야다 왔다 유마 와마 호호난데텍 아 셔퉁니 바토가 와노 쿠스베 칭 팔라물레 동케 론다 디호던가 군 헝까비 오늘 군 베스 칭 발라물레 통킹바 누노텍 톡닌 셔투군네 물레라베스 카치군 이다하던가 이킹군오 바 물레라 치군 슬리모포도나 룬디호둥가 구 훈카베 론다 디호던가 군 헝까비 Wanakun bez ching palamule tongking ba nunotek tuk nin chatukun mule rabes. We itanan dayata. Wata yuma wama huhu nandetek. Shatung ni patoga. Wanakuzbe ching palamule tonke. Ka chikun itahodonga. Iking kuno ba mulera chikun. Slimo podona rundi hodunga ku hunkabe. Ka chikun itahodonga. Iking kuno ba mulera chikun. Slimo podona rundi hodunga ku hunkabe. Yikukuno no ba mulera chikun. Tonghit kun chonching. Ne boboje mata de punage. Dolpi kikiwana. Chi gratug loda bograshi onion kompa chintono muchuba. Loda dita kun. Ita patisa batua kachatutong. Bagrasha kon tichaka Chubakaha, chopa chawachuish, yunku. Jodo jidbungarantang. Ka chikun itahodonga. Iking kuno ba mulera chikun. Slimo podona rundi hodunga ku hunkabe. Akom justach miki grabal mogo. Kachi ita hodunga. Takum justach miki grabal mogo. Kachichu ita bodunga. Tolbabank wale oganda naru chuchut. Mogesha ponka bola wana chikne. Mule slimo podadada nanga kumbist mule rabest. Tolpa da bangwale gando nangugu chuchut. Kavadum ku pelio botenya. Bonanai kuchu. Hawaga boska chocola. Mucha shag panka. Takom justach miki grabal mogo. Kachi ita hodunga.
Yes, what's on your mind? Have I been quiet? Suppose I have. I guess I just don't like being left out of the loop. Left out of the loop, you know, not being told anything, strung along. It's really starting to irritate me. For one thing, I want to know what the Jedi Council said to you. They pulled you in there and refused to tell me a thing about it.
That is none of your concern, Carth, and you would do well to leave the matter be.
I respect you, Bastila, but you've been as closed-mouthed as the rest of the Council. If you won't talk to me, then maybe somebody else will. I may not know much about the Jedi, but I do know they aren't famous for taking on old Padawans and sending them on dangerous assignments. A bond? What kind of bond? You mean to say that they told you that you were tied to Bastila in some way? I have trouble believing that. You're a neophyte Padawan who's been saddled with the responsibility of tracking down these star maps. Why, that's not normal. I am not trying to provoke you or to imply that you're somehow responsible for the Jedi Council, but give me a hand here. There has to be a reason. No, I didn't mean that you weren't wanted or that I want to go. It's just... damn it. Well, I'll tell you this much. I'm not going to wait around until I'm betrayed again. Yeah, we'll just see about that, won't we? Look, I didn't mean it that way. I want to get to Saul, not... No. forget it. It just seems that all I can do is insult you, isn't it? Just forget I said anything. Let's just get on with what we were doing.
Lord Malak, the Star Forge is operating at 200% capacity, far beyond our expectations.
I am more interested in the young Jedi Bastila and her battle meditation. Have you learned how she escaped the destruction of Taris?
She was aided by Karth Onasi, a decorated war hero of the Republic and a legendary soldier. During the Mandalore Wars, he was honored many times for his bravery.
You know this man?
Yes, Lord Malak, he served under me when I still followed the Republic. You could say I was his mentor.
Interesting. How did you acquire this information, Admiral?
An eyewitness, Lord Malak. Calo Nord, a bounty hunter, was there when Bastila and Karth escaped the planet. Apparently they left him for dead.
A Jedi and a war hero. It's a wonder you survived the encounter.
I am hard to kill, Lord Malak.
Calo has agreed to help us capture the young Bastila for a very hefty fee, of course. But I assure you he is well worth the price. His reputation as a bounty hunter is well earned.
Her companions are nothing to me, Calo. But I desire the young Jedi taken alive, if at all possible.
Lord Malak, forgive me, there is something else. May we have a private audience away from the ears of the common soldiers?
I trust you are not wasting my time, Admiral Kareth.
I promise you will be very interested in what Calo has to tell you about Bastila's other companions, Lord Malak.
The Force has given us a vision, like the one we shared on Tatooine. Did you see it? Of course. You must have. The Force is strong with us both. Tatooine is known for little but blowing sand. I find it surprising that there would be a star map somewhere in its desolate wastes. A star map would likely have to be within some kind of shelter to protect it against dust and sandstorms. I suspect there are many such caves and caverns hidden in the sands of the Dune Sea. The creatures of this world probably use them as their lairs. No doubt things will become more clear once we discover the star map's location.
Kipuna, bona na kichu. Salima wanga kun bikin. Mucha shakapaka. Mucha shakapaka. Mucha shakapaka. Mucha shakapaka. Tonki ba non tontek. Kipuna, bona na kichu. Salima wanga kun bikin. Kipuna, bona na kichu. Tonki ba Tong abuk shami nonok. Tong abuk shami nonok. Tong ki ba non tontek. Salima wanga kun Tong abuk shami nonok. Mucha shakapaka. Tong ki ba non tontek. Kipuna, bona na kichu. Kipuna, bona na kichu. Tong abuk Mucha shakapaka. Tong abuk shami nonok. Mucha shakapaka. Tong abuk shami nonok. Mucha shakapaka. Salima wanga kun bikin. Kipuna, bona na kichu. Kipuna, bona na kichu. Tonki ba non tontek. Tonki ba non tontek. Tong abuk shami nonok. Mucha shakapaka. Salima wanga kun bikin. Kipuna, bona na kichu. Tonki ba non tontek. Kipuna, bona na kichu. Kipuna, bona na kichu. Kipuna, bona na kichu. Tonki ba non tontek. Salima wanga kun bikin. Tonki ba non tontek. Tonki ba non tontek. Mucha shakapaka. Tonki ba non tontek. Tonki ba non tontek. Mucha shakapaka. Tong abuk shami nonok.
이쿠쿠노 노바물리라지군 동희군 전팅 내 보보제 마타 내 분나게 돌비 기규하나 지그라투글로다 제도바도 와는 이디보보 동나붕샤 누누냐 동바두카시막 달래야 잔샥 불라라 umrau cisca duci on chuban jisca yanki titoke gratung chicha kun king kakcha chonobra bogra wala nutumbacha nechi chuna chubaching lordai itakun ronda di hotonga kun hankabi Wana kun bez ching palamule tongking ba nunotek tuk nin chatukun ne mulerabes. Achuta wonga kun biz dolbi kikoyana Tong patugas Bastila. Runda di hotonga kun hunkabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule tong king ba nunotek. Tuk nin chatukun mule rabes.
Mucho shakapanka.
Tolpa da bongwale gando nangugu chuchut. Kavadum ku pelio botenya. Bonanai kuchu. Hawaga boska chokola. Mucha shag panka.
Kipuna. Bonana kichu.
Takom justach miki grabalmogo. Kachi ita hodunga.
Tong abuk shami nonok. Tong ki ba non tontek. Selimo wanga kun bikin.
Tong haitwam jiji jumblumpa. Nita poe tikito. Dolpa da bongwaleo gandona chuchut. Kachi chu ita dundonga. Yumalita kuto tun. Chilamulane ni dubobo. Wonga kumbis ba mulira.
Welcome to Anchorhead, potential customer. Zerka Corporation stands ready to serve. After some formalities, of course. First, your ship is not on our list of planned arrivals for today. There is a docking fee of 100 credits because of this. The immediate benefit is access to these very docking facilities. This is the only port in Anchorhead. Once you've paid, we will offer trade services as well. We're not unreasonable, we just want to cover expenses. I thought you would. Without these fees, Zerka Corporation would have closed this port years ago. This will cover any future landings as well. It's like a registration, so we can serve you better when you return. Now, as a customs officer, I can provide information on services. Is this visit business or pleasure? There isn't much to tell. It's a very old planet, well past its prime. Zerka Corporation is the only company with any interest in it. It's not a very pretty world, but there is opportunity here if you know where to look. I can't really get into that. It hasn't been a very smooth operation. I shouldn't get into it. I'm sorry. It's not really a big secret, but my superiors don't like people talking about it. Very little. There are hints that it might once have been a lush world, but I can't picture it as anything but a desert. Native sentient species have no records going back that far. That was hundreds of years ago, maybe thousands. Of course, the native species are not very willing to tell anyone anything. They're barely more than animals. I can't really get into that. I can tell you more, I guess. It's not a big secret or anything. Just not good for business. You see, Zerka Corporation staked their claim to this planet based on some very promising geological surveys. Unfortunately, that information was incorrect, and possibly even an attempt at sabotage by a rival company. Not totally barren. There were a few good years of mining, and limited operations are still in place. But the ore is flawed. It has peculiar properties. They've had to look at other forms of business. Zerka Corporation has really tried to hide this, but it just seems that Tatooine metal is unfit for effective manufacturing. I would imagine that this outpost will eventually be abandoned. Nobody is making any money here. Of course, this rock may have been settled a few times, so look for some other company to get stuck with it. I will answer as best I can. What will you need while on Tatooine? It depends on what level of risk you want to take. You could ask at the Zerka office if any bounties need collecting. That's in the central anchorhead. While you're at the office, ask for a hunting license so you can sell trophies to Faza in his lodge, just north of them. I suppose you could also take up swoop racing. Talk to the hut at the registration office by the track. That's in West Anchorhead. I can't say I know which of these jobs is the most dangerous. I stay away from all of them. There, it's... I will answer. As you wish. If you need anything else, I'll be here.
Your wish?
Ivan Rebu, Ikel Irimon. Udasta Shelfa, Ufta Kel Chief, Kolodufta. Papuelta, Koloduf, Ivan Rebu, Ikel Irimon. Papuelta, Koloduf, Ivan Rebu, Ikel Irimon. Duftadan Gelfa, Hoisidan Gelfa. Uden Tuf Black Van Dibu Gelfa, Hoisidan Gelfa, Inugan Gelfa. Papuelta, Kolo Duf, Ivan Rebu, Ikel Irimon.
Please, will you help me? I have nothing left. Oh, thank you. I don't have anywhere else to turn. If you're down and out on Tatooine, you're on your own. My husband was a hunter, killed out on the dunes. This raid plate is all I have left. Please, will you buy it? I don't need a handout. I just can't sell it to Faza without a license. Please, I'm worried about having it. They're so rare. No. But you looked... I'm sorry, I thought you looked equipped like a hunter. Are you sure you're not going to be getting a license? I mean, you don't look like a farmer, and the only way to be allowed out of Anchorhead is to get a hunting license. Zerka Corporation sells them out of their office just south of here in the center of Anchorhead. That's where my husband got his. I think they charge 200 credits, but they've been known to make exceptions. Please, no one else will help. Will you buy it? I can't sell it myself. They're worth more than 500 credits. You will? Oh, thank you so much. Please, I know it's worth at least 500 credits. $700 credits! Oh, thank you. It is more than generous of you. I don't know what to say. I just don't.
This is how we Jedi should always act. With honor.
Thank you for helping this woman. It may not seem like such a great thing to you, but you are making a difference.
For whatever it means, may the Force be with you. You saved us.
La boda ni winkis maktoma. Wana kun bes jingpa marulira. Tok jingbang non kek. Tok ninja mulira rabes. Uba batu konchi. Tong non bong chang yung yang. Tong patok smakdelia. Kuya mi just kuna jiktanai. Ina kun mama rulira rachikun slimo patona. Undi hadonga chihokabi. La boda ni winki smack toma. Wana kun bes chingpa ma rulira. Tok chingbang non kek. Tok ninja mulira rabes.
Can I help you? These are the offices of the Zerka Corporation. I trust you have business with the company? If this is about employment, I'm afraid all regular mining positions are full. And before you ask, we are also no longer selling hunting licenses. Griff? There's no Griff here. Never heard of him. No, I don't remember a single Griff on the Zerka Corporation payroll. That may help in this instance. Let me think. Perhaps I remember this Griff character. We hired that Twi'lek some time ago. Not a good worker, according to his crew chief. Always complaining and faking injuries to get out of work. He entered false timesheets and slept through his shifts. We even suspected him of stealing Zerka Corporation supplies, although we could never prove it. We would have fired him, but we needed workers. It would have been better for him if he had been fired. Then the Sand People wouldn't have gotten him. In the end, it just wasn't cost-effective to keep searching. All miners sign a waiver absolving Zerka Corporation of liability in these circumstances. Zerka Corporation cares deeply for all of its employees. That's why we've started a bounty program to thin the Sand People numbers. We didn't find his body, so we have to assume he was taken prisoner. Whether he's still alive, I couldn't say. That's all I can tell you. I shouldn't even have said this much. This is all privileged corporate information. I could lose my job. As I said, all employees have signed waivers absolving Zerka Corporation of any financial liability if this occurs. It is the industry standard. I suppose you could apply for special dispensation from the Zerka Corporation representative kiosk on Coruscant. Business hours only, please. Very well, though I do have work to get back to. As I said, we are no longer selling them. There are too many people cavorting about outside the walls as it is. We use them to ensure that only people judged fit by Zerka Corporation are allowed outside the city. We don't allow casual exploration because of legal concerns. Zerka Corporation takes no responsibility for loss of life on the dunes. It's just so we can keep track of people. No one leaves the city without a Zerka hunting license. Well, normally we charge 200 credits, but I could make an exception if you agreed to perform a task for us. It's similar to hunting. The Sand People are becoming a problem. They destroy our sandcrawlers and kill our miners. One particular tribe is the worst. It's as if their chieftain has decided to wage war against us. I would like their attacks terminated. Bring me their gaffy sticks as proof. If you agree to do this, I'll give you a hunting license now and pay a bounty for each stick later. I'll give a bonus for the chieftains. Excellent. Now, just so we understand each other, this is an enforceable contract. Zerka Corporation takes this very seriously. Here's your license, and a few directions. We believe one of their enclaves is in the far south of the Dune Sea. You might try following one of our sandcrawlers. They're regularly attacked. I wouldn't mind you escorting them. Very good. Zerka Corporation looks forward to your future business.
La boda ni winki smack toma. Wana bes chimpa ma rulira. Tok chingbang non kek. Tok ninja mulira rabes. Kuya mi just kuna chikanai. Ina kuna ma rulira rachikun. Slimo patona. Rundi hadonga chifokabi. La boda ni winki smack toma. Wana bes chimpa ma rulira. Tok chingbang non kek. Tok ninja mulira rabes. Kuya mi just kuna chikanai. Ina kuna ma rulira rachikun. Slimo patona. Rundi hadonga chifokabi. Jawana bota ayuat tahunga chakanki dora. Kachi kuita hodonga. Topa da bungwalia gando do nano chuchu. Musha patompa. Bola wan chikne. Bamuli slemo boda wanga kumbes mulira rabes. Kuyami just kuna chikanai. Ina kun mama rulira rachikun. Slimo patona. Rundi hadonga chifokabi. La boda ni winki smack toma. Wana kumbes chimpama rulira. Tok chingbang non kek. Tok ninja mulira rabes. Kuyabi Juskuna Jitanai, Ina Kunama Rulira Rachikun, Slimo Patona, Undi Aldonda Chipokabi, La Bodani Winkis Matoma, Wanakundas Chinkama Rulira, Tok Chingbang Non Kek, Tok Ninja Rira Rabes, Kuyabi Juskuna Jitanai, Ina Kunama Rulira Rachikun, Slimo Patona, Undi Aldonda Chipokabi. La Bodani Winkis Matoma, Wanakundas Chinkama Rulira, Tok Chingbang Non Kek, Tok Ninja Rira Rabes, Kuyabi Juskuna Jitanai, Ina Kunama Rulira Rachikun, Slimo Patona, Undi Aldonda Chipokabi, La Bodani Winkis Matoma, Wanakundas Chinkama Rulira, Tok Chingbang Non Kek, Tok Ninja Rira Rabes. Kuyabi Juskuna Jitanai, Ina Kunama Rulira Rachikun, Slimo Patona, Undi Aldonda Chipokabi. Kuyabi Juskuna Jitanai, Ina Kunama Rulira Rachikun, Slimo Patona, Undi Aldonda Chipokabi. La Bodani Winkis Matoma, Wanakundas Chinkama Rulira, Tok Chingbang Non Kek, Tok Ninja Rira Rabes. Kuyabi Juskuna Jitanai, Ina Kunama Rulira Rachikun, Slimo Patona, Undi Aldonda Chipokabi. Kuyabi Juskuna Jitanai, Ina Kunama Rulira Rachikun, Slimo Patona, Undi Aldonda Chipokabi. Ubamatu Koji, Tong Nongbong Chang Nung Yang, Tong Nox Bacteria.